the anti-checker.
We will return to your scheduled programming shortly, or we are currently experiencing technical difficulties.
All right, let's try unmuting the microphone before I start talking. Like a freaking idiot. Sorry. Yeah. No sound. Waiting for the delay. And any minute now. Okay, you can hear me now. Okay. So me and Mrs. Antichecker just got home a few minutes ago. That's why I'm kind of disheveled right now trying to get... No, you can hear me now, Iron Wolf. Stop it. Don't mess with me. I'm... Man, I tell you, you guys are just going to be mean to me. I can tell. All right, let's do this. Let's go to an asteroid named whatever the heck that is. All right, so there's a lovely asteroid. FYI, Churchill tanks were in service starting in 1941, not 43. Oh. See, Bird of Prey, you got to work on your history a little bit. So Kronos is asking, how's the movie? It was actually pretty good. Not quite on the... I think Get Out was a little better. But it was a solid film. Excuse me. I think Jordan Peele is a talented filmmaker. I think that it's pretty obvious that he is a fan of Hitchcock. Because this, like Get Out, had a Hitchcock vibe to it. And I think he knocked it out of the park. It was a solid horror film. And similar to Get Out, it goes in directions that at first you're like, whoa, they really went there? Okay, they're getting a little deeper into it than I was expecting. Which is nice, because this is Peele's version of a home invasion movie. Like, think of The Others and stuff like that, where basically you have a family whose house is terrorized by a group of people. But then, and Thomas went, me and Mrs. Antichecker just got back from seeing Us. However, after the home invasion part gets going, we then kind of get into what's behind the scenes of all this. What's the trigger behind all this? And is it bigger than just this one family? And it's ridiculous how the scope of this as it expands out at the end. And I think it was actually pretty well done. So, and let's see. Did anyone else see the Mecha Random 42 posted on her channel? She got struck and had to create a second channel to be able to live. She got struck now too? Dang. I did not know that. That sucks for Mecha Random. And because Mecha and Nerdrotic, you know, because Nerdrotic had the same thing happen, although he got his lifted, I understand. But, you know, both of them do most of their stuff via live streaming, you know, like for their channels are huge for live streams. So that really bites. The whole copyright thing is getting out of control. I wonder what you got hit for. And I wonder when I'm going to get hit. Because the thing is, I mean, I show more stuff than they do. They occasionally pop up still images while they're talking about... Well, I will say this. Mecha does, like, show whole swaths of Discovery. Is that what you got hit for? Do you know? Bird of Prey, you should start a second channel. Yeah, so what are you going to call it? Bird of Prey 6? Sounds like the core are not liking different opinions. It could, you know... it was CBS... well, it wouldn't surprise me because, like I said, when she does her Star Trek Discovery reviews, she actually plays it on the front, you know, and right there, and like it's got a little distortion on it, but she's playing the episode right there and with the sound. So you know, not only is my big fat head in front of it when I'm playing it, but I also usually have the audio muted except for very brief sections. You better get you're scheduled to get hit on the 17th. Oh, thank you, Resolute. Now, you know, if I actually get a copyright strike on the 17th, I am going to find you, Resolute. I'm not saying what I'm going to do because, you know, that would be illegal, but I will find you. I made it to one of these because I missed work and I'm sicker than a dog. I am so sorry, Darren. I want you to get better soon, man, because... you know, you and I've got some talking to do so that we can get that stuff recorded. But yeah, I'm glad to see you, even though it's not under the best of circumstances. And this is not going to be a particularly long supporter stream. As much as I love you guys, and you guys are the core of what I do, and I absolutely mean that. And you know, you hear me say that sappy crap all the time. Of course, today is a special day because in a couple of hours, me and Mrs. Antichuck are going to do a stream where we do a reaction stream for the premiere of Twilight Zone. And I'll tell you, I've been kind of kicking around a couple of different ideas on how to do this because Mrs. Antichucker is probably not going to want to watch the episode pausing it every 30 seconds and talking. So I'm thinking what we may do, since they release the episodes early, is actually have her and I, after I finish this stream, her and I will watch the actual episodes, and then while we'll show it behind us while we're talking, we'll just kind of talk about it as we go through it, and kind of talk about what was good, what was bad, and just hang out with Mrs. Antichucker, which, you know, I know you guys would rather just have Mrs. Antichucker on anyway. So as far as you're concerned, I'm just like here to hold down the fort until Mrs. Antichucker shows up. And episode 1 is available for free on YouTube. That's cool. I didn't know that. Although they did the same thing with Discovery, so why not? So Geek Factor 9 is live, saying the Matrix is attacked by SJWs for being sexist. Okay. Let's see. Let's get back. Yeah. Windows update. Bird is a Nazi. Yeah, Bird. Oh, come on. We all know Bird's a Nazi. He always has been. Of course, free is still more than it's worth. Not necessarily. Here's the thing, Bird. And while CBS is a smoking dumpster fire of a network, Jordan Peele is a talented filmmaker. And if, depending on how much of this new Twilight Zone is Jordan Peele as opposed to CBS, it could be all right. So, and you already watched it? Okay. So which one did you watch? Which one is the official episode 1? Is it The Comedian or The Terror at 30,000 Feet? Because I don't know which one they consider the first episode since they released 2. And so now I get to wait for BIRDOPREY to answer. The Comedian? Okay. So you didn't care for The Comedian. I assume you have not seen the other one. Or do you? I don't know. Do you? If you have CBS All Access. It's an hour long and terrible. Wow. That's very encouraging. Thanks, Bird. That's just very, very helpful. Just eat special Rice Krispies and see how long it takes for it to kick in. I wish I could. 30,000 feet is 37 minutes and just regular bad. Okay, so BIRDOPREY clearly is... Well, now, here's the problem. So BIRDOPREY clearly didn't like it, but we already know. If you... Well, there's... The 10 of us that are here, I know most of you guys hang out with BIRDOPREY every now and then, too. So, we all... This is just family here. We know BIRDOPREY is a racist, okay? And Jordan Peele is black, so that's probably why he doesn't like it. But... We'll see, you know, because so you know, he would obviously not like us. So BIRDOPREY, don't see us. Of course, you know, you're not going anywhere to see a movie anyway. But so just ate special Rice Krispie. Oh, you just ate special. Oh, okay. I thought you were suggesting that we eat special Rice Krispies, but you actually ate some. Iron Wolf. I hope that they're legal where you are. I tried the Rice Krispies once in Oregon. It wasn't that great to me. As far as the edibles, decided that I like the gummies best. I think that that's really the best. BIRDOPREY 5 is the Archie Bunker of our little group. That's 100% correct. That is correct. Bird of Prey says, I like Get Out, but you didn't like that the black people got away at the end. You see, you liked the idea of white people kidnapping and stealing black people's bodies, but... And Bird says, I also have a friend with a black wife. Oh, well, that makes you a not racist. I'm sorry, I didn't realize that. So, Bird of Prey is not a racist because he knows someone that has a... Wait a minute, you're talking about me, jerk. And now Bird of Prey is really going all racist. They got away. I must have seen a decent cut. Oh, man. That's... So, in Bird of Prey's version of Get Out, the black people all got killed. Oh, man. Instead of Doomcock for the villain of that animation you wanted to make, you should use Bird as the bad guy. Sassy and Alexa can be his henchman. Oh, and that's actually funny. Funny, I thought of Bird of Prey in the middle of watching Us with Mrs. Antitrekker, and I almost busted out laughing in the theater. Fortunately, I caught myself. And that is because, you know, here's the thing. When it comes to product placement in a film, there are certain products that you should never, ever, ever try to substitute. You just need to get the actual product. Because, like, for example... you know, if you're going to have a cell phone and you want it to be an iPhone, don't make it a Pear phone, right? Just have it a generic cell phone. Don't try to make it, you know, an iPhone, but it's a Pear logo instead of an Apple because Apple wouldn't let you use their product. In this movie, in Us, the people, in one of the houses that this takes place in, the people there owned... the Amazon Echo system. But obviously Amazon was not willing to go along with the product placement. So they kept saying, Adelphia, play this. It's like, Adelphia. So that was instead of saying, Alexia, play the Beach Boys and stuff. And then I will say this was a funny little moment in the movie. There's a person, I'm not going to say who or what the circumstances are because, you know, it would be spoilers if I told you who the character was, but there's a person in the movie who is in the process of being brutally murdered. And so the person is like on the floor, they've been stabbed, they're clearly in a lot of trouble, the killers are right there in the room, and this person is completely screwed and yells, Adelphia, call the police. And then with the Alexa voice, you hear F the Police by NWA playing, and it starts playing that song. So we get to hear F the Police playing as the person's being killed. So so Alexa is a racist too because of Black Alert. Alexa, are you a racist? Alexa, are you a racist? Alexa, call mom. You have plenty of audio for Evil Bird. Well, that's true. Go for the schools. Oh. Why are Vulcans called Vulcanians in TOS? Actually, it's funny because that was in, if you look at the early show Bible, it actually listed that the home planet of Spock was Vulcania, I believe. And that's why they were called Vulcanians. Grand Theft Auto 5 usually does stuff like that, but it's because of parodying everything. Yes. And that's the thing, but this was not a parody. And so when they started saying Adelphia instead of Alexa, it pulled me out a little bit. That was a mistake in my opinion. But, you know, there we go. What do you think of the constant attacks about Captain Marvel? What do you mean? What do I think about the constant attacks about Captain? You mean attacks against me, or are you talking about just people that are attacking Marvel and attacking the concept of Captain Marvel? What do you mean by that, Commodore? Bird of Prey says she thinks that everyone deserves to be treated fairly except Puerto Ricans. She is nuts. Are you talking about your mom? Or are you talking about, because I don't think your mom is like that. I'm just saying, Bird, you seem to be painting a very negative image of your mom there. And your mom seems like a very sweet lady, so I think you're being mean. Yeah, there's an episode where Spock calls him his homeworld Volcania. Yeah, it is actually in one episode, I believe. One of the early ones from season 1. GTA NPCs are extremely stupid. That is true. So Commodore saying attacking Marvel. I think that, well, here's the thing. Marvel Comics, because, you know, it's funny, because Marvel is divided into a couple of, you know, subgroups, right? You have Marvel Comics, you have Marvel Studios, all under the Marvel banner, and then Marvel belongs to Disney. Corporate politics. Marvel Comics absolutely deserves the, you know, all the crap they're getting. They absolutely deserve it on the Marvel Comics side of it. And Nerdrotic is talked about it at great length on his channel. I highly recommend checking out some of his videos on the subject. But Marvel Comics has been trying to push this SJW agenda in the comics for a long time. Part of the reason that I do not read comics anymore. And BIRDOPREY is saying, Alexa, why are you saying, you need to say it for Alexa to react. You need to go, Alexa, call mom. You know, that works. But you shouldn't be calling your mom a racist. I just don't understand. That's kind of mean. And like I said, your mom seems like a very sweet lady. So why are you being so mean to your mom? She takes care of you, man. That's just cruel. Your mom pours out her love on you all day long, and all you can do is talk about how she doesn't like Puerto Ricans. And I mean, what? Does your mom, like, cringe every time Camille comes over to take care of you? No. So you stop being a racist, Bird. What are your opinions about Asians? Tart's asking. Nerdotic and diversity in comics paint a pretty good picture of Marvel. Yeah. So, and thank you for pulling me back there, Darren. So yeah, Marvel Comics absolutely guilty of this whole SJW thing to the level of Ryan Johnson and beyond. And so they deserve all the hate in the world. The problem is that it's hard to differentiate Marvel Comics from Marvel Studios. They're both under the banner of Marvel. They're both owned by Disney. And so people, where people make mistakes is when they start blaming, or they project what's been going on in Marvel Comics onto Marvel Studios. And they think that just because Captain Marvel is a more or less feminist, it's not an SJW, but it's a more or less feminist film, that means that Marvel has jumped the shark and is going all SJW and madness and all that. And I know I've talked about it a little bit, that I did lose a decent number of subs over it. I'd probably be close to 8,000 right now if it wasn't for the constant drop in subs I was getting when I was talking about Captain Marvel. So I'm going to try not to talk about it too much anymore. But, you know, it's one of those things where you need to try to take a step back and, you know, let cooler heads prevail. Nerdotic and diversity. Oh, sorry. Mr. Miles says, Anti-Checker, so out of curiosity, were you okay with the retcon of the night named Vulcan? Well, here's the thing. When, and this is the problem for many people that, you know, well, actually, it's a problem probably for most Trekkies across the board. Unless you first saw Star Trek when it originally aired, chances are you knew him as a Vulcan before you ever heard the word Vulcanian. And so it's hard to say, are you okay with the retcon? Because the retcon is what I knew originally. And so it seems weird to call him a Vulcanian. Does that make sense? So I wouldn't necessarily I wouldn't necessarily say whether I'm okay or not okay, as much as you know, and it's only mentioned as Vulcanian, I believe, once in the entire run of Star Trek. So it's, you know, it's just like phaser. Here's the thing. Photon torpedoes are technically a retcon because they were originally presented as phasers set to proximity blast. Photon torpedo makes a lot more sense, and I'm okay with it. You know, but that was really, I don't know if I would call it retcon as much as development of the show, because back in the 60s they weren't as careful about continuity as they are nowadays. But then once they got things established and then it makes sense. It's just like you could argue that the neck pinch was a retcon because Spock originally was, you know, it wasn't until The Enemy Within that came into being, and same with Vulcan Mind Probe from Dagger of the Mind, etc. And so Mr. Miles reminding people to hit change it to live chat. Yeah, why does it always go back to top chat, I wonder? That's weird. YouTube just doesn't like saving anything. BIRDOPREY says live chat is enabled, and Chrono says, yeah, boy, Zach had very little good to say about the comic industry. Well, that's why I gave up on comics right around 1990. That's when I stopped buying them in any seriousness, because they'd already gone, in my opinion, too dark, and I thought they were trying to make comic books too adult and trying to make them into some kind of deep, meaningful social statement with every single issue rather than just having fun. Mercer's in the house, says, hey, how you doing, my friend? My opinion on Arabs, oh, geez. Take the scarf off, the women are 2/3 hot. Asians depend on ethnicity, but normally 3/4 hot. BIRDOPREY to you, tell us your... That's an extremely superficial and sexist view on how to gauge different categories of people. Mr. Miles says, hey, Tricky, they mentioned Vulcania once that I've noticed. I heard Spock call himself a Vulcanian about 5 times. I don't know if there's that many. Let's see if I can... Hold on. Now, let me... It's going to depend on if I can spell it correctly. Let me go... Hold on. Bear with me, guys. Mercer Create sent me a picture because, of course, he did. Oh, that's awesome. So I'll bring that up here so you guys can see it. Of course, I'll have to move over here so you can see Tribbles and Bits. I love it. I want some Tribbles and Bits. So that is an awesome picture. All right, so now bear with me, guys. Give me a minute. I'm looking away from the chat because I'm bringing up my Star Trek script search, but I don't know if Vulcanian, because the problem is I need to try and spell it. Oh, come on, load, you stupid website. And now the site won't load. I hope they're not, like, having trouble. Site cannot be reached. Oh, that's not good. Let's try it again. Star Trek script search. Yeah, it looks like the website is down, unfortunately, so I can't look at it right now. So I won't know for a while, but it's worth looking up. But I think 5 times is a bit more than I remember, but that's why I'd have to look it up. And I remember, like, it's funny because at one point Dr. McCoy mentions Vulcan was conquered, but of course then in other episodes they say Vulcan was never conquered. So, yeah. Sucks, I gotta wait till Thursday to see the new Twilight Zone. All right, that does suck, Commodore. Why is that? You don't have CBS All Access? And I grew up on 80s, 90s Marvel. I grew up on 70s, 80s Marvel, so I have an advantage there because it's way better. There's women of both races. I find boy, you guys are just like, so basically, just to make this clear, Darth Kilhoun and BIRDOPREY rate different races of people based on how hot they think the women are. That's just, wow. And yes, I did check out the picture, and you said please, and I did. Resolute says if it's in the cage, it doesn't count. Well, you know, remember what they said. Tribbles and Bits sounds like a pet food. It does, but Cribbles and Bits was a dog food. Kibbles and Bits was a dog food. Tribbles and Bits is a breakfast cereal. Apparently, yes. Only ever need one bite. Oh, and I like I just noticed it says free Captain Pike action figure in the box, and it shows Pike in the wheelchair. That is jacked up. So that is really messed up. What is the site I can try? I'm not sure what you mean. Just read the Mecha got banned from doing live streams for 3 months. Yeah, someone mentioned earlier. I don't know what exactly happened, but that really bites. And I hope she is able to appeal it. I know that Nerdrotic was able to appeal it, so Mecha should be able to as well. Unless, like I said, if it was for one of her Star Trek Discovery live reactions, I think it'll be tough for her to win that one. Because she does pretty much show the whole episode, which you could argue is a copyright violation. For $900, Andy Checker will share his all-access password. I would consider it, yes. Tribbles and Bits is the only food Kuroga has. Mr. Miles, that is, in fact, the website that I use, but it wasn't loading for me a minute ago. I'll try it now. And let's see. Yeah, it's just not, for some reason, it's not loading. I don't know what's going on, but, yeah. Maybe it's just, I don't know, something about a server that I'm bouncing through. But, yeah, I'm getting the, I'll show you. When I try to load that website, this is what I get. This site cannot be reached. So I'm kind of out of luck for right now. But, yeah, I just realized we're just sitting here next to this asteroid. We need to move away from the asteroid here. Hold on. I mean, yeah, we're in spaceship mode. There we go. That's just leaving the asteroid behind us. All right. Because, you know, asteroids need to go away. All right. If you don't base the rank of races behind their women, how do you rank races? I don't. To loom up Vulcanian, I can try looking it up here. Okay, not sure where here is, but you can definitely try. And so, let's see. This is the script site. Yeah, it is down. Yeah, that's the site that I use, and yeah, it appears to be down. She posted it. It's about ST. Let's see. Commander. Did I miss something here? Canada does not get CBS All Access. I knew that. Oh, that's why you can't watch it. Okay. Gotcha. Losing my mind. The script site is down. Yeah. But I'm not sure what you mean, Commander Ty. She posted it. It's about an STD review. Oh, you're talking about Mecha. So it's about an STD review. So yeah, probably, you know, let me see if I can find it here real quick. So I assume, yeah, she put it on Twitter. So let's look up, 42, and, all right. And let me see, on my backup channel. My home for all my live streams will be here on Twitch until I can get some graphics back up. Let's see. Let's see. How do I use the new copyright thing to avoid a strike for a video? I thought that it was a thing before you 100% fair use. Yeah, so, but I don't see what actually happens, or what actually happened. But yeah, it sucks if, I mean, that just sucks. Sorry, I'm sitting there reading articles and I should be talking to you guys. But that does really suck for Mecha. So, yeah. Let me see. Meyerser puts the Twilight Zone in the chat, free on YouTube. Yes, well, I'm going to watch on CBS, but yes. Antrekker, someone asked earlier for the site they'd check. Someone asked earlier for the site they'd check. That's the site they meant. I was giving them the link to show it's indeed down. Oh, okay. I gotcha. Yeah, so I think the site's just down. Hopefully it comes back up, because that is an awesome website. And Mercer is down for him. Darth Killen just saying, when it goes to races along with A names, Arabs, Africans, Asians, Native Americans. What? Darth, what are you even talking about? Just play aha. Gary Hinton's in the house saying, I made it. Good to see you, Gary. CBS All Access made the first episode of Twilight Zone available for free on YouTube. Yes. And so for those of you that don't have CBS All Access, watch it on YouTube. And me and Mrs. Antitricker will be talking about it probably about 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 Central. Commander Ironwolf agreed based on the race, the quality of women, my scale is 1 European, 2 Asian, 3 Arabs, 4 Hispanic, 5 Africans. Okay. But here's the thing. That makes no freaking sense. Quality of women. What does that even mean, Darth? I mean, aside from, you can just say you think that, so you happen to find European women more attractive than Asian women, which you in turn think is more attractive than Arab women, Hispanic women, and African women. That's fine, but that's how, I don't know. That's just weird. Did anyone get the notification from the website on this stream? You should have been able to if you follow the supporter, the subscriber only section, if I remember correctly, right, Bird? You're the expert on that. With photoflexer.com, never went down. Never heard of photoflexer.com. We can watch along with YouTube with Twilight Zone. You can. I meant, I wish photoflexer.com never went down. Okay, I still don't know what photoflexer is. I have the original TZ series on Blu-ray. I don't need to see remake, Twilight Zone, of those episodes. I'll tell you, I'm mixed on it, because on the one hand, I mean, this is the fourth attempted reboot of the Twilight Zone. Is it just going to be another failure? Probably. On the other hand, Jordan Peele is really talented, and if anybody could pull it off, I think he could. Guilty Pleasure, The Lost World, Jurassic Park. That you're talking about, is that... That's not the recent one with Chris Pratt, right? That's like the old, like, Jurassic Park 3 or whatever, or Jurassic Park 2. I liked the original Jurassic Park, and that's about it. I mean, the Jurassic World, the one that came out a couple of years ago with Chris Pratt, I thought was okay, but it just felt kind of like a superficially light to me. Life found a way. Yes, and Darth Kilhoun did get the notification. Kronos got an email notification. By the way, Kronos, if you want to get a push notification on an Android device or PC, you can sign up for push notifications on the website now. Should have gotten notification if your browser is open and watch the subscriber-only live stream thread. You should have also gotten the email. Yeah, and I know Bird sends out the emails manually, and so thank you, BIRDOPREY, for that. But the push notifications, yeah, should be automatic if you set them up. Lost World is the second one. Yeah, it was better than the third one. I'll say that much for it. My theory is that Thanos will die before the opening title. He took a serious wound to the chest and arm, and his story is done. They will find a way to alter time, and really, it's G Thanos. I disagree, because I don't think that. I think Thanos could easily use the reality gem to heal himself. There's no evidence that the gems are unusable, considering he used the Space Stone after the snap. So just because the gauntlet itself is damaged does not mean he couldn't repair it, or that he couldn't still use the stones. Enter, you didn't completely read my A-Race comment. Oh, I'm sorry. That's why you didn't get it. I was responding to Commander Ironwolf comment from earlier. Well, that's why I was a little confused. And so I know you were responding to something, but I wasn't sure what you were, let's see. Oh, and I see. Commander Ironwolf said you didn't base the rank of these races based on their women. Well, no, I did read that one, but I didn't realize that was a response to that. Gotcha. Vulcanian. Spock used the name in TOS episode of Taste of Armageddon and Court Martial, as did Federation colonists in This Side of Paradise. And yes, I do remember This Side of Paradise. A Vulcanian. Yeah, and Harry Mudd in Mudd's Women, according to Wikipedia. Well, we'll assume that's right for now. Commander Iron Wolf got the push notification. Awesome. That is good to know. And Kronos is nodding. I don't know. Just feels like anytime you nod like that, you should hear that Star Wars music from Return of the Jedi when everybody's nodding at each other. I thought the first Jurassic World was good. I would love to go there if it was real life. Well, I wouldn't want to go there, but it was all right as far as the movie. I never saw the second one. It was all right as far as the movie's concerned. I just felt that it wasn't as impactful as the original. That's, you know, so it just didn't, I don't know, it just, I thought that it was all right. I just didn't love it. They said in the commentary that the gauntlet is permanently damaged. Well, they say a lot of things. And even if the gauntlet is permanently damaged, the stones are not. And he used the space stone post-snap. So he can still use the stones. He may not be able to use them in tandem like he did. And that's the thing. Just because, like, what he probably couldn't, and that may be a MacGuffin for part 2 to prevent them from simply putting on the gauntlet and snapping their fingers to undo the snap, which is what they did in the comics. Although it was Nebula that did it. They did a decent job reviving the franchise. I wouldn't say that it was bad, but yeah. I enjoyed it, but I don't know. It just didn't feel the magic from the old days. Jurassic World is great because it has a Jeep. That's what it is. Yeah, BIRDOPREY just likes it because it has a Jeep. But notice the Jeep was like buried in the, you know, as a piece of crap. Mercer wants to see Shazam. I'm looking forward to Shazam. I thought JP3 was better than JP2. Agree to disagree on that one, Darren. I didn't care for Jurassic Park 3. What time will the Twilight stream start? Well, it's Twilight Zone, not Twilight. I will never ever watch Twilight. I watched it once when no, never again. Unless somebody pays me at least $900, I'm not watching Twilight again. But we're going to probably do it. My goal is to do it at 9 Eastern, 8 Central. Give or take a few minutes because Miss Nancy Trekker and I need to get dinner and stuff in us, and then we're going to do the show. That is a Jeep's natural habitat. Jurassic World is a Jeep's natural habitat? Well, that's kind of creepy. Return of the Jedi. Who agrees that overall that movie was far more important overall than Empire, because Empire is just them being chased after getting their asses handed to them? Oh, you mean that Empire was just like The Last Jedi? Sorry, couldn't help it. Actually, I think Empire was a good movie. Return of the Jedi was my favorite of the Star Wars films. So I think that duel with Luke and Vader in Jedi was so freaking awesome. Maybe you can answer a question I've always had but never looked up. Why did the first episode of TOS start with the man trap? It feels out of place. I'm not 100% sure. I mean, obviously it was not the first episode produced. Of the new original series, the first one produced was where No Man Has Gone Before. I don't know why they aired it out of order. I think that was just the network wanted to do that for whatever reason. Please look at the meme I made. Oh, jeez. You watched Twilight? I did, in fact, watch Twilight once, a very long time ago. Okay, so Lord of the Rings fans discussing, Star Wars fans discussing, and Orville fans discussing. There you go. Pretty accurate, actually. You watched, yes, the new Twilight Zone isn't until April 11th. Next new Twilight Zone isn't until April 11th. So that's kind of weird. So they throw the two out there now and then nothing else for that long. It's just kind of bizarre. How was the film Us? It was good. It was, now I happen to be a fan of Get Out. I thought that was a great movie. I don't think it was as good as Get Out, but it was definitely a good movie. And so, Jeeps, nature finds a way. Jurassic Jeeps. Even Phantom Menace is more important than Empire story-wise. That you could make an argument as far as story-wise, yes. Luke, however, would not have been able to confront Vader in Jedi had it not been for meeting Yoda in Empire. Empire was a necessary part of the trilogy. There's a lot that happened in Jedi that couldn't happen if not for what happened in Empire. The Jurassic World is the T-Rex, is the same as the original. You can see the raptor scars on it. I didn't notice that, but I would not be surprised. John says, hello, everyone. Good to see you, John. It was the 8th. Gary, not sure what you mean. It was just the network wanted to do the show first. It was just what the network wanted to do show first. It was, yeah, well, I agree. It was the network's choice. But, I mean, if there was some rationale behind it, I don't know what it was. For the man trap thing, the network wanted to start with a monster episode. That could be because maybe they wanted to, you know, because sci-fi was known for weird monsters and stuff at the time. So that could make sense. Only watched either second or third Twilight. I remember it was crap. Yes. Twilight was absolute garbage. So, yeah, don't miss it at all. For the, let's see, Darth Cohen retracted his message. Only one, let's see, from people that are heard that I liked Get Out, I've heard Us wasn't good. I liked Us. There was a couple of minor things I didn't like about it, but I would require spoilers to really get into what my issues with it. But my problems with the film are pretty minute. I think overall it was a solid horror film. So, Orville fans love to just enjoy the show. Lord of the Rings fan, I'm one of them, are very formal. That, yeah. And Star Wars fans are just like, ooh, pew pew. No, kidding if you're a Star Wars fan. But if there are no Star Wars fans here, you know that's true. Gary Hinton says, 8th show made. Oh, you're talking about the man trap? Yeah. I unfortunately saw Twilight with my wife. I was laughing during the scenes. There were supposed to be dramatic scenes. Got looks from people in the theater. Thomas says, please check Discord. Laura tweeted this picture. All right, what did Laura tweet? Okay, so Luke blows up the Death Star, and then Gimli says that still counts as one, because why not? Red Dwarf, right? Get it? He's Red Dwarf. I get it. It's funny. Oops, I just closed Discord. That was stupid of me. But, oh well, so no more Discord. Hey all, hey Anti-Trucker, good to see you, Doctor. Remember, Dr. Alex, I know it's late for you, which is why we're purposely making the live stream tonight at 8 o'clock Central, so that you will be in bed when Mrs. Anti-Trucker is on. So, sorry, Alex, you're out of luck. Stargate? I haven't watched Stargate in a couple of weeks now. When Mrs. Anti-Trucker is fully recovered, then we're going to start watching Stargate again. But we try not to be in the same room too often because she's been feeling sick. And since I burned all my sick time in taking care of my mother-in-law's estate, I cannot afford to get sick because I cannot call in sick. I have no sick time for 2019. I'm just glad that we're you know, up to April. So, third of the way through the year. Stargate fans always demanding ranches. Yeah, what a bunch of jerks. And yes, it is just you, Mr. Miles. I am on holiday. Could wake up specially. Well, you could, but you won't. I know you're not. I mean, because Dr. Alex, come on. It's going to be 2 hours from now. It's got to be pretty late where you're at. So you're not going to be up in 2 hours. Luke Fovarki friends went to the Riviera and wanted to join them down. I hope the yellow vest succeeded. So Luke, I'm sorry, Luke, I missed your first comment there. So welcome, my favorite Frenchman. And Trigger, imagine me wielding a light baguette. Use the peanut butter, Luke. Ho ho, use the peanut butter. Asseyez-vous, s'il vous plaît. I am Lord of the Rings. Legolas kills one of those big elephants, and Gimli says that still only counts as one. Yes. Luke Skywalker committed war crime that day. 3 million lost good Imperial souls. Yeah, you know, Luke is a mass murderer on a scale that we've never seen. And we're sitting there cheering as all those millions of people died. Ah, thanks. Now I know how long to set the alarm for. You're not going to get up, Alex. I know you. You're way... First of all, you'll probably be drunk anyway, and even if you're... And so you'll either be drunk or passed out. I know you too well. BIRDOPREY liked Twilight when he liked the hot shirtless guys. I can see BIRDOPREY right now in his bed going, no, no, no. A month prior to the premiere of Star Trek, Desilu held a screening for NBC executives to help decide which episodes were broadcast first. I didn't know that. Thank you, Mercer. Several stories were considered. Executives were concerned that Mudd's one-on-one potential choice would have reviewers discussing space hookers. Well, who doesn't want space hookers, though? I mean, you know, just being real. All right, guys, so I do need to wrap it up because I got to get dinner going and stuff and be prepared for tonight's live stream. I know you guys are looking forward to it. So I'm just waiting for BIRDOPREY to wear the Orville Gay Pride shirt again. Well, he wears that all the time because, you know, it's okay. We support you, Bird. When you're ready to come out, we're all there for you, man. So in 2 hours, more or less, then me and Mrs. Antrekker will be on and we'll talk about the Twilight Zone for a bit. In the meantime, guys, thanks again for supporting this channel. I can't tell you enough how much that means to me and Mrs. Antrekker. You guys have made a huge difference in our lives, and as oh, what is with you guys and Bird of Gay? That's just so wrong. But you guys have made a massive difference in our lives, and you know that super chat may have been a joke, but it is 100% true. Oops, that's the wrong super chat. That's true too.
Blah blah. Star Trek Discovery is not even canon, even though it keeps saying it is. And Michael is just too perfect to even exist, and you need to shut up about it being actually good. I just wanted my waffle.
And that is so true, especially with you guys. If not for those of you that are able to support the stream, I would be at Waffle House right now. So thank you, each and every one of you. And I will see you guys in roughly 2 hours, at least, except for, you know, Alex, of course, who, if I see you, Alex, you know, that you're going to be banned. So see you later.
Captain's log, stardate 44307.3. I'm preparing to leave by shuttlecraft for Pentaris 5, where I've been asked to mediate a dispute among the Salanite miners. A contentious group, unfortunately prone to violence. But first, I must deal with a situation of a far more personal nature.
What better way to get first-hand experience?
Captain, I'm picking up a general distress signal from BIRDOPREY 5.
On screen.
Feel the fire, feel my love inside you so bright. There's the sound and the smell of love on my mind. I'm your toy, come play with me. Say the word now. Wrap your legs around me. Ride me tonight.
My love is a fever, longing still for that which longer nurseth the disease.
I'm a man, I'm a goddess, I'm a man, I'm a virgin, I'm a man, I'm a blue movie, I'm a man, I'm a bitch, I'm a man, I'm a geyser, I'm a man, I'm a little girl, and We'll make love together. This sounds very pedo-ish. We'll make
faith,
love
I do
together.
not love thee with mine eyes, for they in thee 1,000 errors see, but 'tis my heart that loves what they despise, who, in despite of view, are pleased to dote. Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Thou art more lovely and more temperate.
What? Oh my God.
When I have plucked the rose, I cannot give it vital growth again. It needs, must wither.
Why are you saying these things? Music to make love to an old lady.
You wonderfully jealous fool.
Why are you saying well, that's music to make love to an old lady.
You wonderfully jealous fool.
Why are you saying well, that's music to make love to an old lady.
You wonderfully jealous fool.
Why are you saying well, that's music to make love to an old lady.
You wonderfully jealous fool.
Why are you saying well,